So thank you so much, Doctor, for that enlightening discussion. In fact, in our company, we have a learn, unlearn, and relearn program that keeps going on, right? So on a continuous basis. All right, so let's just switch gears and we'll talk about a product now. So I'm here to talk about a product called Microsoft Teams. Now, even before getting into it, how many people have used this product? Quite a few, okay. All right, okay, perfect, great. Now, we'll just talk about, since the theme for today is happy at work, and it's all about workplace, I thought I'll bring up this slide which is talking about a scenarios of what is happening in a modern workplace scenario. So we have a changing modern workplace where we have people now using somewhere between 4x devices other than compared to what they used to have it earlier. There is 45% of the people now use social as a medium. Now social need not to be a Facebooks of the world. It could be a Google, or for that matter any other sites that we have for their work to get done. So people are now moving into a mobile world. People are becoming global, diverse. We have about 5 generations which now works. They call it as X, Y, Z, millennials, and many others. Each has a different work style preferences. Some people are comfortable with teams, working in the teams. Some people are comfortable with calls. Some people are comfortable with chat. Some people are comfortable with emails and all that sort of stuff. Interesting trend is 72% of the people will now work remotely. So work is not a place to go, but is a thing to do. So you don't have to be productive only when you are in office. You could be productive even when you are not in office, right? We have people working on 2x times of the teams, and people now spends 80% of their time doing collaboration and working with the people. So what does this number really go ahead and gives you an answer? So basically the answer is we now need a tool which can cater to these changing landscapes. We need a tool which can manage these expectations of the new workforce and the work style preferences that the people actually bring in. If I don't do that, people will start downloading consumer grade applications and will start using those for their work benefits or for their work, which is a kind of an issue for all the IT people because that creates a shadow IT practices. That also creates compliance issues, and that creates a lot of other challenges, which is where Microsoft actually went ahead and launched a solution. I hate to call this as a product. This was a kind of a solution that was launched somewhere in 2017, is when we started this product with Office 365 messaging and contacts, predominantly a chat-based solution. And today, if you look at about 30 months down, in 2019, we are talking about September 2019, this has become a full-blown solution on with collaboration and communication. Now, I'm kind of pleased to inform that in India market now we have launched Cloud PBX, one of our offering, which was not available on our Teams platform. Eventually, you no longer need a separate PBX systems that you've been using it for so many years. And the teams can actually have a dial tone, and you can have your inbound and outbound calls been received on the same Teams client. So you have your collaboration as well as the communication been done using one single client, moving you to the digital transformation journey that we've been talking about. So, So one of the things that you could see here, this is the devices piece which you are seeing. We have integrated this with meeting room solutions, with phones and accessories. And Logitech happens to be one of our trusted platform vendor where we offer these meeting room solutions to our customers. Okay, that's called Teams Meeting Room Solutions. It used to be called Skype Meeting Rooms, and now that has got transformed to a Teams Meeting Room. Okay. So a little bit on Teams, since not many people have actually used this product. So what does this actually do? So it's a chat-based workspace, is something which I told you. It it is basically for you, is it doing only chat? Absolutely not. It also does a structured way of chatting, which means you have a persistent one-to-one group chatting experience. So it's all threaded, it's all available for later viewing, okay? It can integrate with your supplier, partner, vendors, third-party systems. It can actually talk within the organization. You can create your compliance rules and all that sort of stuff. It also does powerful online meetings. So the same tool can be used to do online meetings. It supports 250 participants online meeting per person, and it is scaled at the cloud level. So you don't have to have any infrastructure deployment on-prem to have any meeting infrastructure. Okay, you don't need those ones. It also supports, as I told, enterprise calling and voice, which is the PBX and meeting capability, and also supports the built-in Office 365 apps plus the third-party apps that we actually support. A practical example could be you have a Power BI dashboards that can be added. You could have your SurveyMonkey sites been added as in tab. You could have your Evernotes been added into as in tab and make a complete one meaningful communication for the people, right? Just to give you an example on this, I was actually visiting one of a prominent reality company within Mumbai, and they created a digital asset over the last 2 years. I mean, they are into the spaces of building those commercial and residential ones. And they ran some kind of a contest for their employees where they says, everybody can go ahead and click some nice pictures around the architecture, right? So someone likes some good staircase, they will click those pictures, and they will use this platform and store those pictures into it. What they did is, after this, they created such a big digital asset. They did some integration with Azure Cognitive Service in the backend. They named these photos, okay? And they're now starting using these photos as an asset for their new constructions, okay? So someone goes ahead and clicks a picture of a nice water fountain. They have started implementing those ideas in their new projects. Okay, so earlier the architecture used to actually promote the ideas. Now it is the employees within the company actually started promoting these ideas, right? So that's the chat which I was talking about. That's the meeting tab. That's your calling tab, and the integration. Okay. Now this is where we are on the Teams. We have about 500K organizations across the globe using this as a product. This is supported in 181 markets across the globe. It has been used by about 91 Fortune top 100 companies in the world. And we support about 44 native languages, plus about 150 organizations that are using Teams on an active basis with 10,000 and above users. Some of the AI capabilities that have been launched in the product, for those who don't know about Teams, so it's basically inline message translation. There are 27 different type of keyboards that have been used across the world. People will actually prefer their own native languages. And let's say someone is actually trying to type with me in an Arabic. Typical use cases, I will cut, paste, copy, put it into a Google, translate it, and then understand that message. What if I give you the same facility within the Teams app and do an online translation then and there itself? And this is using Azure Cognitive Services in the backend, powered by Microsoft, and doing this for you. Another example is live captions and subtitles. Now you will say, what is so great about it? Is for these people who have a hearing disability, or for the people who cannot actually hear that fast, or the people who are in the noisy areas where people can't really hear those words, the live captions, okay, and subtitles is of a great help when you actually in the meeting. Mobile companion mode, I can actually use my mobile and continue my power presentation from my mobile instead of using it. So use a companion and you could project it. You are not just limited to one of the laptop experience. And then we added something called as a customized background. In fact, there's another thing that has been rolled out now, which is called live customized background. So you could actually put some kind of a wallpapers which keep rotating, and you could just show it to people saying that you are actually sitting on the beach, but in reality you are actually sitting in some Mumbai office. Okay, so that these are some of the AI capabilities that have been launched into the product. Um, Another ones that was been announced is in our recent Enterprise Connect event is a whiteboarding capability, a whiteboarding intelligent camera capability, something which Logitech will also eventually support when you have it paired with a Teams meeting room system. Now what is this? This is a very important feature and many customers have been requesting for it. Let's say you are in a conference room and there are remote participants who are actually joined in. And you started using a whiteboard. So let's say this is the whiteboard, and I'm trying to write something on it. The remote participant typically sees my back. They can't see the content. Only when I actually move out, then the people will be able to see the whiteboard. To solve that problem, what we actually did is we made this person transparent. Oh, sorry. So we made this person transparent. So when he actually starts using a whiteboard and starts writing something, he becomes a transparent, and the remote attendees now can see the whiteboard, right? That's a kind of an innovation that we have been actually adding into it. And you'll see this feature coming and rolled it out in next 6 months down the line with Teams operating system with Logitech as in camera options, okay? The customized background, that's something which I showed. She's actually sitting in an office, but pretending that she is sitting on the beach and showing that as a background. In fact, to enhance the real estate experience, in our meeting now we support 3x3 layout. This has not yet been launched for the global tenants, but this is available for our own internal beta tenant. So this is basically where you have 3x3 participants join, so you will see about 9 layouts. And you also have another option to pin a specific person. So you want to actually hear, say, let's say just doctor, we would actually pin him on the main screen and you will see only that person. Even if the other person is speaking, you will not be able to see him. This is very important for an interview kind of a scenario where you want to actually see only that specific candidate and you don't want to see the rest of the people joining in, yeah? Some of the new features that came up, I'll not go through deep into it. The whole point here is we have launched more than 100 new features within our product in last 6 months. That's the power of cloud. That's the power of innovation that we are talking about, right? These are some of the ones. And then we'll just quickly move into the meeting. As we said earlier, about 72% of the people will join from a remote, which means eventually they need some great video device at their end to have a great meeting experience, okay? 56% of the people will be a remote attendees. We will have at least 33% of the meetings in a virtual way, and 38% of the people will actually join using a mobile as an endpoint. Which is where we partnered with Logitech for a long time now. So Logitech is not a new partner. We've been working with them all throughout from our Skype days. These are some of the great cameras that they actually have it. My personal favorite is the Brio 4K ones. I use it in most of my Teams meeting, okay? It works on Windows Hello. Because I use Windows device, it actually supports Windows Hello, the image recognition. I don't have to actually use my laptop camera. I can use Brio camera and it supports that. It's a Teams certified camera, actually. These are some of the other models that they actually have it. And these are the meeting room solutions that they actually have launched into the market. The thing that you actually see here is basically called Tap. Okay, it's a 10-inch device which is used to join Teams meeting, one button to push. So you typically have a meeting, you add this device as part of your meeting as an attendee, and then you go to that meeting, to that device, push a button and join into the meeting, and these cameras works for you, okay? This is one of the study that was actually been conducted by Total Economic Impact by, this was commissioned by Microsoft Teams, and a Forrester consultant actually did it. And what they actually came back is this is that you on an average saves about $7.5 million over 3 years. If you conduct an effective meeting, it has to be an effective meeting. It cannot be an ineffective meeting. And the effective meeting is only possible if you have a great experience from the devices. Otherwise, it will not work, right? And that's pretty much about it. You could go ahead, start with the Teams. I encourage download Teams. There is a free version that has also been available. You can start using it. Those who are already on an Office 365 plan from Microsoft can download Teams. Teams is not a standalone product. It's part of an Office 365, so it ties up back again with the Office 365 down there. All right, so pretty much that's it. I'm available around. If you have any more questions, there's some great demos that has been actually been placed by Logitech. Take a look at it. If you have any questions, open for that, or that's about it. Yeah.